Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Pokemon Theta Emerald Nuzlocke. We're picking up right where we left off last episode, which was quite the disastrous episode there, and we ended up taking some heavy losses, lost 3 of our big, MVP kind of Pokemon. So now this is what we're left with in the box, and our current team as it stands is we got Blackout the Electrode, Ziggy the Kecleon, Mira the Starmie, who's been putting in some serious work, Brestle the Victory Bell, who I don't think we've seen in a couple of episodes, Data the Porygon Z, who is also amazing, and Cerberus the Houndoom, who will probably not see much use in this coming episode. But the thing is, though, our only other trained up Pokemon is another Fire type, and since we have the Water type gym coming up, neither of them are really going to be that helpful, so I decided to just put Cerberus on the team, just because he's more trained up and has a Mega Stone, so hopefully don't have to send him in against anything, but if we do, that's there. And the rest of these Pokemon haven't been trained up very much. I did use Cornflake very briefly when I was going through the water routes, and I had the experience share on, but he's not quite at a level where we could actually use him. So yeah, right now we're in the middle of a bit of a conflict here, and Kyogre and Groudon have come to Pseudopolis City, and they're kind of just staring at each other in the middle of the lake over there. So what we need to do, did we talk to Archie and Maxie yet? Okay, so Archie is trying to wave around the red orb, and Maxie is trying to wave around the blue orb. So yeah, I mean, I'm not sure why Maxie's blue orb doesn't calm Kyogre, and I don't know. I mean, I guess that's maybe not how it works, but anyways, we talked to Steven over here, who's telling us about how they're fighting, and they're smashing each other with their uncontrollable energy, yada yada yada, and so he's saying that since we're here, we're obviously trying to get involved and try and fix things, and yes, but only because that's the only way to get into the gym, because if we want to fight the gym leader here, we do actually have to do all of this. And he's going to lead us all the way up here and give us some kind of speech about how Pokemon shouldn't be feared just because they're powerful and they destroy stuff. I mean, I don't know. I think you have a right to be a little bit afraid of Pokemon like that, you know, changing the weather like crazy and smashing into each other in the middle of a city, you know? I mean, I'm surprised they haven't killed anybody yet. But anyways, we're going to head into the Cave of Origin here. Inside, you'll find someone named Wallace. I don't know why we need to go in here to get to Wallace. I think it's just because they really wanted to use this area in the game, so they had to shoehorn it in somehow, since you don't actually have to go in here to fight Groudon or Kyogre. So they just kind of had to fit this area in somehow, and therefore it's a lot shorter than it is in Ruby and Sapphire, but it still seems kind of silly that you have to walk all the way in here to find Wallace. Like, why isn't he out there, like, talking to us? What's he doing just staring at the middle of this cave? Like, seriously, dude. Like, why can't you help out at all? But yeah, anyways, he's going to tell us more about Groudon and Kyogre. But there's one more super ancient Pokemon named Rayquaza who could help calm down Kyogre or Groudon, but he doesn't know where Rayquaza is. So we have a couple of options as to where where Rayquaza could be. Obviously the Cave of Origin, right? That's right here. Yeah, it's not there. Okay, so oops, I didn't mean to hit that again. Okay, so obviously not Mount Pyre because we were there as well. Sky Pillar, I think we probably missed the NPC dialogue where they mentioned Sky Pillar, because I think you maybe have to go to Pacifidlog City in order to get that dialogue. So I don't know how our character knows what Sky Pillar is or where it is or anything like that. So I'm not sure how that works. But anyways, I think maybe we can catch a wild Pokemon here. Yes, we can. It'd be nice if it was a Golbat. It's an unknown. Yeah, I was gonna say it'd be nice if it was a Golbat, because a Golbat. Oh, we're not healed up, are we? A Golbat would be something nice to have. Is a Foul Play gonna kill us? I don't really care about an unknown, I suppose, anyway. But yeah, we really need a flyer. Like, seriously. That's the reason I haven't bothered. Ooh, that's super effective, but it's not doing too much. The reason I haven't already surfed down to Pacifidlog City, so we could just fly there, is because obviously I don't have Fly. So I figured we just do that surfing down there, semi on camera. I'll probably skip over to when we actually get closer to it. But I'm not sure if we'll even bother going down all the way to Pacifidlog. We can't just go to Sky Pillar. I don't think there's really anything essential at Pacifidlog City. Should be able to hit this with one more secret power. I don't know. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know why we're even gonna bother trying catching it. It's an unknown. It gets one move. And considering it was hitting Blackout super effectively, it must have been a ground-type move. So it would have been ground-type hidden power, which I guess could be somewhat useful, but not really. Also, that Pokemon we just ran into, the last one there, was actually a Golbat. So, yeah, for once, we haven't run into a single Zubat this LP. Like, seriously, Zubat is the Pokemon that everybody hates running into. But, like, I would love to run into a Zubat or a Golbat, because I need a flyer. Like, seriously, it's so annoying having to, you know, walk everywhere. So anyways, we're going to have to head down to Sky Pillar and get Rayquaza to come over here and tell Groudon and Kyogre to just chill out or something. So yeah, I'll meet you guys closer down that way so you don't have to endure the entire water route we have to go down. And we might have a catch or two down there as well. So yeah, I'll meet you guys down there. See you in a second. Okay, so we're on Route 130 now, so we should be able to catch something here. I'm still hoping for a Pelipper as well. That's another Pokemon that I really hate to see. And it's a Tentacool, which we already have. But yeah, it's another Pokemon that's really annoying to run into when you're playing like a regular run of this game because it's so common. But it's another Pokemon I could really use right now. You know, like, I can't believe we're this far in the game we haven't gotten a flyer yet. Did we ever have a flyer? I forget. Did we catch any flying type Pokemon this run so far? There we go. It's a Wingull. I never thought I'd be so excited to see a Wingull. Now we gotta not kill this thing. I'm just gonna throw a Pokeball. I could use the Master Ball maybe. That would be silly though. Because honestly, I probably have something that I could hit this thing with and not kill it. But let's just go for an Ultra Ball. Wingull doesn't have too difficult catch rate, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem, I would hope. Let's go ahead and throw another one and see how that does. Come on. I mean, I could send out... Yeah, I'm probably going to do that. I'm probably going to send out Brussel and put it to sleep at the very least. But yeah, I am a little bit afraid, even to hit it with a not very effective move. I think maybe I might be able to knock it down low enough, but I'm still a little bit worried that I might do too much damage to it and knock it out, and then we might not run into another one, so that would be unfortunate. What does Mist do? Does that protect you from statuses? I hope not. Well, I don't know because I missed. And luckily it went for Water Pulse, although even an Air Cutter from a Wingull is not going to do very much, especially since it's 20 levels lower than me. There we go. We hit the Sleep Powder, and I'm a little bit afraid to use any of my attacks right now, especially since Razor Leaf would be neutrally effective because this thing is part Water type. So let's go ahead and just throw an Ultra Ball and see if possibly it works this time. And got it. I suppose I probably shouldn't like shout in surprise or, you know, excitement because it's just a Wingull, but at the same time, we've gone this entire Let's Play, we're like probably 2, maybe 3 episodes from the end, and we're just now getting a flyer. Like, that's a little bit silly. Anyways, let's go ahead and come up with a nickname for the Wingull. I think I'm gonna name it, I think this is how you spell it. Boeing? That's not how you spell it. What am I doing? I forgot the O. B-O-E-I-N-G? I think that's how you spell it. If that's not how you spell it, correct me in the comments, and I'll fix it at the name rater. But I'm looking at it, it looks wrong, but that, I don't know. But yeah, like the jet, like the airplane company. But anyways, I'm gonna cut until I get up to the Sky Tower. So yeah, I'll meet you guys up there. Okay, and here we are at the entrance to Sky Pillar, not Sky Tower. I called it Sky Tower, and then, like, immediately after I said that, I realized, wait a minute, that's not correct. Anyways, here comes Wallace. Do we fight Wallace here? I don't think we do. I think in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and don't quote me on this, because I've only played through Omega Ruby once, I believe. But I'm pretty sure in those games you do fight Wallace here. Possibly, although he's the gym leader in those games, isn't he? I don't know. I could have sworn at some point you fight him to prove your worth. Yeah, he's just going back now. I know at some point in one of the games you do actually fight him to prove your worth to actually go awaken Rayquaza or what have you. But anyways, our first encounter for this area is going to be a Mile. Ooh, that's pretty nice because we do have the Mega Stone for that, don't we? I believe we do. Okay, let's go for a Signal Beam. That shouldn't do too much. In fact, it might do too little. Yeah, that's a critical hit, really. Alright, so Mawile has a decent... Oh, it's using Iron Defense too, so any physical attacks are not going to do very much. But I'm going to try a foul play, because it does have fairly a high attack stat, and that didn't do, like, anything. But Baton Pass is not going to work. Let's go ahead and switch out. Brustle's a little low on health. I probably should have healed her up. Let's just stay in with Blackout. Thunderbolt would probably kill it, though, wouldn't it? Yeah, we're going to need to switch here. I don't think it can really hit us with too much. Famous last words there. But yeah, we're going to want to get Sleep Powder off, and then possibly hit it with something else. Play Rough. That did, like, nothing. Okay, I thought it was going to do a lot for a second there, because I was like, oh no, Play Rough is going to be a stab attack, because it does have Fairy type in this game. And then I remembered that I'm part Poison type, so I resist it, so that's all good. So keep using Iron Defense, so our Razor Leaf should not do very much at all. So let's go ahead and hit it with one of those, or a Secret Power. Yeah, let's go Razor Leaf. Razor Leaf is stab, so it should do a little bit more. But with those 2 Iron Defenses, that's going to do nothing. Okay. Alright, it's going to hit us with the Iron Head, but Mawile itself is not a very good Pokemon. It really only gets good when it has its Mega Evolution, because not only does its attack stat get boosted by its Mega Evolution, it also gets the ability... Is it Huge Power or Pure Power? I think they both do the same thing. But it gets that ability which basically doubles its attack stat. And I believe last gen, in competitive Pokemon, it was actually banned to Ubers because it was so powerful. So that's pretty interesting there. Especially that since it's a Pokemon that normally would be down in like the NU tier or something like that, you know, because nobody uses it because it's really just not that good. And that did not work. Okay. Since whittling down its health is taking a while, I'm going to go ahead and cut until I get it a little bit lower on health. I'm going to use a couple of growths and get my attack stat boosted maybe once or twice, and then try and whittle down a little bit more and try and catch it again. Oh, hit it with a crit. Oh, I should have known that would have happened. Like, I was like, oh yeah, it's in the yellow health, you know, I want to hit it with one more. I wasn't doing quite enough for it to be an issue. I hadn't gotten any crits yet, but it's a Razor Leaf. Razor Leaf has a high critical hit ratio, so I probably shouldn't have done that, but oh well. Let's just go ahead and max repel the rest of the way through here. And luckily for us, at this point, going through the tower, there aren't any of the Mach Bike puzzles, the ones that we had some difficulty with back in the Desert Tower. What's the name of the place? I don't even know. But yeah, it's a little bit easier because of that. And we drop down here. There's a TM up here. What is this TM? TM64. I'm not sure what that is. But yeah, the Mach Bike puzzles show up if you decide to go after Rayquaza to catch it after this. And let's actually get to our TM pocket here. TM64 is Explosion, so that's not something we're going to be using in this run. Alright, and then we're almost up to the top here. It does look a little bit odd not having all the puzzles here, because you're kind of just running around a bunch of empty rooms, but oh well. And there's a Pokeball over here, which has the Aurora ticket. I think that's the one you use after you've beaten the Elite Four. You can use it to go to the island where you can get the other either Latios or Latias, whichever one you didn't catch in the as a roaming legendary, I believe, or that might be something different. Anyways, Rayquaza awakens, flies off, and since we don't have Bowing in our party, we got to run back down. I'll meet you guys in Pacific Log, and we'll go ahead and withdraw our newly captured Wingull and use it to fly over to Setopolis. So I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, so here we are, Pacific Log City. Just gonna run in, heal real quick, pull out our newly caught Wingull. There's really nothing to do here, and I don't think you can really even pick up any items here. This is basically just like a little, almost like just a resting place on your way through the water routes. If you want to take, you know, go through every single water route and fight every single trainer, you can head, continue this way, and you'll eventually hit Slateport. There's a bunch of moving currents over to the left of this town that would lead you over that way, and you kind of have to go back and forth a couple times to fight all the trainers. So we may end up doing that off camera, or we may not. It depends on if I feel like I need the grinding before we face the Elite Four or not. So anyways, now that we have a Wingull, we can actually fly. Finally! Oh my gosh, it's been so long, and we are just now getting that Fly HM. So let's go ahead and get that out, teach it to Wingull, and we will head on back over to Setopolis and watch. Well, we really don't even need to get over there, do we? Because honestly, Rayquaza's just going to show up, and Kyogre Groudon's just going to peace out, and that's going to be that. We don't even have to be there, honestly. Like, I think it'd be funny if you kind of messed around and just went and fought a bunch of trainers before you headed back over there. You come over and you're like, oh, they're gone, and then a bunch of the people over there are like, oh yeah, dude, you missed it. Like, Rayquaza showed up and calmed Kyogre, Groudon. It was so cool, and yeah, you completely missed it. But yeah, that'd be kind of funny. But that's not the case. Anyways, here's Groudon and Kyogre still chilling. Groudon's still kind of in a bad position there, but he doesn't quite realize it, I guess. And cue Rayquaza. You do gotta wonder what he says there, because obviously he screams something at Kyogre and Groudon, like, hey, if you guys don't chill out, you know, like, I'm gonna slap you, like, just to New Bark Town and back, I don't know, like. But yeah, apparently Groudon and Kyogre just kind of peace out, and that's that. I did kind of shut up during that section, because that is pretty cool music. That's the only chance we get to hear it. And hopefully my audio settings were loud enough that you did manage to hear that music. Although, if you played this game before, you probably have already heard that, so I guess that's not a big deal. So, now it's time to head into the gym here. We should have enough time to do that this episode. My timer shows a little over 20 minutes, but we are going to cut out all the gym battles, all the trainer battles, and all that kind of stuff. And in fact, I think I'm going to run into the gym and do all the trainer battles so we just walk straight through. So yeah, for you guys, it'll probably be a seamless cut of me walking into the gym, just walking right up to the gym leader. But I'm going to go ahead and fight all the gym trainers off camera so we can get that taken care of. And so we cut down on time in our video, because I'm sure the battle with the gym leader might go a little bit long, because I think he has 6 Pokemon. Yeah, so anyways, yeah, we're going to head in here and we're going to take on Juan. The gym leader of the 8th gym leader of Hoenn, and then yeah, that'll be the end of the episode after we finish him off. Okay, and here we go. All the gym trainers are defeated, and we are ready to head in and take on Juan, the final gym leader of Hoenn. And I went ahead and okay, let's figure out how we do this one, because I feel like I always get this one wrong, because it's not symmetrical like the other two. Well, the first one's not symmetrical, but the second one's kind of symmetrical, so it's a little bit easier to figure out what you're supposed to do. But it looks like we got it. It's not too difficult, but if you do mess up, you do have to get dropped down below. And here we go. So let's go and take a look at our team real quick. Just a quick look at levels. So we might be a little over leveled for this gym. I did kind of raise the levels a little bit, but I wasn't sure how high level we'd be getting, but I have had the experience share on, so that probably helped. I went ahead and left Boeing on the team because there's either him or put Cerberus back, but Cerberus, I really don't want to lose Cerberus since he was my starter. And in the case that I have to sacrifice someone, I probably shouldn't have left Boeing on the team, because we wouldn't have a flyer if we ended up losing him. But he's a better sacrifice than Cerberus would be. So yeah, I figure he might even be able to tank one attack if it's a water type, like a water pulse or something like that. But yeah, so Juan leads out with a Starmie. Of course, we have a Starmie of our own, and we dealt with it quite a bit. And one thing that's nice is that this is a water type gym, and we have Thunderbolt on 3-4 of our Pokemon. So I think we have that on 3 of our Pokemon, because Mira, Data, and Electrode all have it. And then of course we have Brussel, who actually just learned Leaf Blade. I could have sworn we tried to teach Brussel Leaf Blade at one point, and she couldn't learn it. But she has Leaf Blade now, so she has a much better move than... we don't really want Mirror Coat. She has a much better move than Razor Leaf. I was actually just about to say something going into this fight. Like, I really wish we had a better move than Razor Leaf. Actually, now that I think about it, I think it was Poison Jab that I tried to teach her, and she couldn't learn it. So we still don't have a Poison type move, but we do have a better Grass type move. So here comes the Swampert, so we definitely want to bring up Brussel for that. And it should be an easy knockout, one-hit kill, I am sure. And I don't believe this will be a Mega? No, good, okay. I don't think any of the gym leaders have Megas. I'm sure we'll probably see a Mega Metagross. No, not a Mega Metagross. We'll see some kind of Mega in the Elite Four, I'm sure. I'm not sure what it'd be, because if it was Steven, it'd be a Mega Metagross, and I'm sure we'll see one of those if we fight him post-game. But for Wallace, Mega Gyarados, maybe? Anyways, here comes a Clawitzer. Let's just go ahead and stay in with Bristle. Might as well. I don't think Clawitzer can really learn any Ice-type moves, so we should be safe there. And there we go. Leaf Blade should be enough. Bristle is fairly high on the offensive side, which is very nice. There we go. Clawitzer goes down. Not so much of a problem. So far, this has been fairly easy, but does Juan have a Milotic? Because I know Wallace has a Milotic in Ruby and Sapphire, and it's usually a bit of a pain in the butt. So if Juan also has a Milotic, I should know this because I'm the one who set up the gym fight and everything like that. Like, I changed a couple of the Pokemon around, but I can't remember if he had a Milotic or not. I think his ace Pokemon is different than a Milotic, but he's only got 3 more Pokemon left. Empoleon is one of them. Let's go ahead and hit it with a Thunderbolt, although Empoleon, I've never really used Empoleon, but I would guess it's kind of defensive, so yeah, that didn't knock it out. It's going for a Drill Peck, not very effective. Blackout's not very defensive, but not very effective. Non-step Drill Peck is not going to do too much. So let's go ahead and finish off Empoleon with a Thunderbolt, and let's see what else Juan has to throw at us. And of course, we got to scroll through all the experience share stuff. I will turn that off for the Elite Four. I want to make sure I get all my grinding done before then. And we do still have Victory Road between us, and we also have all the water routes if I want to go back and do all that. No, we don't really want Stockpile. I don't think that's really that useful. And it's also going to try and learn Swallow, and I think there's another Spit Up probably at the same time too. No, I don't want to learn any of those moves. Please go away. Okay, now we can continue on here. Kingdra. We don't have any moves to hit a Dragon type, I don't believe. Or at least not a Dragon Water type, because we don't have any Fairy type moves, do we? No. And we don't have any Dragon type moves. Okay, so let's go with Mira, because Mira has pretty good defense, and I don't think Kingdra can really hit us with anything super effectively. It doesn't learn any Bug type moves or Dark type moves I'm aware of. So let's just hit it with a Thunderbolt, see how much that does. Because obviously Surf would be quad resisted, so we don't want to go with that. That didn't do very much at all, and it's setting up agilities, which could be kind of concerning if it manages to get anything else set up here. Focus Energy, that's not good. I wonder if this thing has a Sniper ability, which I think triples, or is it just doubles the amount of damage that a critical hit does. So we gotta watch out for that. Dragon Pulse, ooh, that's a special attack, isn't it? That was a critical hit, so that hurt a bit. And this thing is going to be insanely fast because of that agility, so I hope we can knock it out in one hit. There we go, perfect. Because otherwise it could have done some damage, because even if we healed that off, it could keep hitting us with stuff, and it might even have a more powerful attack than Dragon Pulse. I mean, luckily we would have been able to tank a critical hit, but at that point, the only thing we would have been able to do was stall. And here comes the Gyarados. Okay, so who do we want to send out against Gyarados? We could go Blackout, but Gyarados might have Earthquake. I know that's a move it can learn, so let's go with Data, just to be safe, because there's nothing Gyarados can hit us with that'd be super effective against Data, and Data is a fairly high level, so we should have this battle in the bag. I wonder if this thing's going to Mega Evolve. Like I said, I would guess not, but I guess we're going to see. Thunderbolt, okay, no Mega Evolution, so that should do a decent chunk, if not knock it out. And there we go! The 8th gym is down. We are ready to go on to the Elite Four now. This Nuzlocke's almost over, which is crazy. I don't know. Like I feel like this Nuzlocke, I feel like I started it quite a while ago, and I feel like this one's been going on a lot longer. I mean, at the very least, it is more episodes than the Pokemon Silver Nuzlocke. But yeah, there's probably been more spaces in between episodes than there were in the Pokemon Silver Nuzlocke, and I did post a video, I don't know when that video goes up in relative to this one, recently about why uploads have been a little bit slow, but we should be able to finish out this game fairly soon here. We do have, I'll probably make Victory Road its own episode, and then after that, we have the Elite Four, and then possibly one separate episode to do post-game stuff, which is basically just fighting Steven. So, yeah, we're getting TM 102, which is probably going to be Water Pulse. Yeah, which at this point in the game is not a very useful attack, because it only has 60 base power. and at this point in the game you already have Surf. It makes a lot more sense to get that TM in Fire Red and Leaf Green, because you get it from the second gym, in which case Water Pulse is actually a very useful move to have. But yeah, at this point in the game, it's really not that useful. So, anyways, that's going to conclude today's episode. In the next episode, we're going to head over to Victory Road. We'll have a catch there. There might be another water route we can get a catch on as well. I don't know if we're really going to bother with that, because it might be something like a Love Disc, who even knows. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. We're almost at the end here. Thanks for sticking with it, and I'll see you in the next episode.